Yep, that's going to sink. Which explodes. And the Aquilon hits something, my god. Hello, welcome back to episode 8 of our Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Spain campaign. And we are back in with the big showdown battle with the Italians. This is pretty much their entire fleet. They have no battleships, so it's our battleships and a few cruisers versus a massive cruiser force. They have brought some torpedo boats as well. We can't escape this one. We could try and withdraw, but this is pretty much the showdown of the war. They won't have a lot else after this, so we can blockade their ports and hopefully force them into surrender. So we'll go ahead and fight this. So the only thing I'm really worried about here is the cruisers and their sort of handful of torpedo boats coming in to torpedo range. If they do that, they might be able to take out our battleships, but other than that, our battleships should be fairly safe. These are our newer, untested, I believe they're all three of them, newer, untested battleships, which do have the heavier guns, but let's wait for the bombing to finish, but don't have the experience that our, well, one of our other battleships does have. The rear deck of this is almost on the waterline, but I do quite like the look of them. So let's have a look at our squadron in all of its glory. Not too bad looking. Okay, so let's have a look for the enemy. So to the northwest, so pretty much where we're heading at the moment. So I'm going to keep our, so we've got our main battle line. I'm going to keep our 2 cruiser units as screens at the moment, and we're going to keep our battleships tight. We're going to turn off the automatic change of the leader, and I'm just going to reduce the speed down just to 14 knots, the full speed, and let's speed up until we can sight the enemy. So it should be almost dead ahead, off in this direction somewhere. There we are. Let's have a look. So same type, same class rather, in fact it might be the same ships as the armoured cruisers we led away from the transports in our last battle. Not particularly fast. At 19, obviously they outmatch our battleships, but we can outrun them with our cruisers if we needed to. So, spotting them, I think they've only got one class of armoured cruiser. And they're already in range. Okay, they are turning. I'm going to pass us on the right. I'm actually going to also turn in that direction. And in doing so, I'm going to bring our armoured cruisers to join on the back of our squadron and follow. And then we'll also turn our light cruisers slightly behind. I want our cruisers basically to be kind of guarding the rear of the battleships and try and deal with the torpedo boats. So we've got some more ships over here which could be their torpedo boats or light cruisers. And obviously they have got a lot of ships, so our 6-inch is also in range now. Look at the water washing over our rear deck. So the hit chance on any of our weapons at the minute is very, very bad, but they are going to close range just from, what have we got here? Okay, so there's the torpedo boats. So our armoured cruisers, they don't actually have a very heavy secondary battery at all. But they should hopefully be able to deal with those torpedo boats. We've got our secondary battery already firing. In fact, that's the main battery, isn't it? On the torpedo boats. I'm going to focus on the actual cruisers with our main guns, and then we're going to use our secondaries on the torpedo boat. Obviously it's a long way away at the minute, but we need to try and deal with those if we can before they get close. I'm just going to speed up slightly, just to 15 knots. And our crews are all cadets, I think, on these. Obviously these battleships haven't seen any action at all. Okay. On light cruisers, let's drop them down to 16 knots. Just so they are giving enough space for our battleships to turn into line. Our armoured cruisers can't fire yet because we're blocked. So our spotting range isn't that good. They were already in range when we spotted them, so we haven't had much time to form up into formation properly here. Let's just check what their torpedo range is actually. Still under 1k. Same on there. Looks like they're coming in at full speed, so I think they are trying to charge to get us with torpedoes. So I want the whole squadron to focus with the main guns on that cruiser. And then if the torpedo boats get too close, we'll deal with them then. So they're coming in two lines, it looks like. Quite close. Might get to the point where we're missing one ship and hitting them by accident. So we were firing then at here. I think whoever was firing at this ship almost hit their torpedo boat, so that was good. And they are crossing their lines as well, so there might be a bit of confusion here. No one's hit anyone yet. Their armoured cruiser has changed course. Okay, so the torpedo boat has been targeted by most of our ships now. And I'm actually just going to... So we've got a hit there on that cruiser. There we go. The torpedo boat's going to have some heavy flooding now, so most of its speed will have been killed off. In fact, it might even sink. What hit it? A couple of 4-inch shots. Yep, that's going to sink. Some hits on the second torpedo boat. heavy flooding, it looks like, in their rear compartments. That might go down as it is. And they're still not in range. I'm just going to speed up those armoured cruisers. Some more hits on another torpedo boat. That one's sinking already. Got a hit there, something way out the back. Don't know who was firing at that. Yeah, so their torpedo boats aren't going to be able to get close enough to us. So I like cruisers actually. The gunnery on them, I like cruisers. I don't know if it's just a hail of fire. We have got, what have we got? 16 4.5 inch on each side. Is that right? No, just 16 total. So the gunnery on them just seems to be quite good. We really took out those torpedo boats. So I don't think they've got torpedo boats left. And what did we hit with this one? There's some serious flooding already on their light cruiser at the back here. I'm not sure what hit it. We can scroll down and have a look. So battleship 6 inch, it looks like hit that. And they're no longer closing range, so let's match their course with the battleships. Let's refocus fire with that cruiser. Just have to be careful here. So it started well. The main thing I was worried about really was those torpedo boats. If there were a lot of cruisers charging us at the same time, whether we'd be able to set them up before they got to us, but it looks like we have. Just one more. And we've scored a 12-inch hit on their lead cruiser here. The Gorizia. Some serious flooding on that as well. Where did it hit? The shot hit the... so it overpenned the main belt. Starting to take a little bit of damage. Ooh. A hit there on their light cruiser. Our own light cruisers are taking damage. I'm actually going to try and just pull those out. Because the Leotard is in a spot above here, but it did get a torpedo away. Which explodes. That's handy. And that cruiser's sinking as well. We've got some rudder, some steering issues on our light cruiser here. Yeah, I think we might have sacrificed our light cruisers here. Let's see if we can take out that torpedo boat before it sinks. But they've done their job. They screened the rest of the... yeah, both of them gone. And that's got some serious flooding issues as well. That might go down due to that torpedo. Yeah, they did their job. They were there to screen the main ships from the torpedo boats, which they've done. Looks like the Zefiro is going to try and close range. Is this going to go down? It's listing heavily. And heavily flooded, but it looks like they've got their flooding under control in these midship compartments. But that's not going to be able to make much speed now. We've got another 12-inch hit on the Gorizia. So I think that's gonna flood. Maybe not. Slowly flooding. Let's try and just not close range, but just adjust our course so we are keeping ahead of these ships. Good hit there. Yeah. The Valoroso, it'll pretty much be dead in the water, but it is still gonna live on. Worried about this one. Can we target you? I mean, we could get our own torpedo away here as well. We'll let the... well, we'll see how close it gets. Or go aggressive with our own torpedoes as well. Let's just come in range. In fact, there's our torpedo away. We'll let these two ships avoid. It's actually falling a little bit behind the San Ambrosio. I think we're going to hit with this torpedo. We do, and damage the engine, rudder, steering rudder, and cause quite a bit of damage. Still got a torpedo boat lurking out here, but nowhere in range. Yeah, I'd rather you continue to target this guy, because we are still in torpedo range, although I don't think he'll be able to get any shots off. Just the angle it's at, but I'd like to finish that off if we can. Looks like this cruise is going to be a gunner finally. Let's try and just adjust formation so we can get broadsides onto the remaining ships. Okay, our remaining ships, I don't think the battleships have actually. Another one goes down. Just had one shit on the Madrid, which was blocked. I think the Madrid actually, so that's scored 8 shots. The San Julian 1, and the Aquilon has hit nothing. The Zafiro is still taking some damage, and we've got another cruiser coming in there. So increase the speed. I'm tempted to just detach this squadron now, or this division, from the battleships. Looks like they are being focused on that. I don't want to get them too close, like we did with the other cruisers. I'm going to pump them up to their max speed just so they can try and keep their distance. I think one torpedo might sink them, so. So everyone's targeting that torpedo boat, which we're not going to hit in the smoke, but our overshots might hit the Bari if we're lucky. Although we are firing well under. Okay, let's target the Bari. Oh, hello. That'll do nicely, that'll go down. Whoa, okay. Yeah, I should think so. That, in the end, that took 4 12-inch shots That will do it. Where did they come in from? So, Madrid. And the Quillon still hasn't hit anything. I'm going to focus on the armoured cruisers with the Quillon now. So the San Ambrosio has got some quite difficult flooding damage. I'm going to detach that and then get it to retreat. At least for the time being, just until it can pump out some of this water. We've got the flooding under control, but we are taking more hits, obviously. At short range. The bar is getting quite close as well. Our secondary battery on the Quillon isn't firing. It might be the firing arcs. So with these battleships, I don't know if you remember, but when we built them, there were only 2 casemates available that could fit 6-inch guns, and they were located forward, so we're not going to be able to hit that with them. Okay, they're going after the San Ambrosio. Let's split our fire a bit. So Madrid, you go after that one. So the San Ambrosio's gone down. San Julian, you want to go after that one. And the Quillon, still go for the Bari, please. Trinidad, you're after the Bari. Come on, Aquilon, can you hit something? And no, it misses. Okay. So this is what I was worried about with the light cruisers, really, that they would steam straight in, point blank range, and might be able to get torpedoes away against us. Which they're still out of range, but we're just not hitting them. And we're not going to be able to get them into a broadside very well, just with our gun arrangement. We have to rely on the main guns, but we're going to have 2 firing aft. We have got a rear torpedo tube ourselves. We do. In fact, we've only got 4 and aft. I'm actually going to target with the Madrid the rear ship, just because that will mean we can get a broadside onto it and it will come across our guns. And get our secondary battery firing then, and then the same with the San Julian. Let's just let it shoot out at the Puglia. In fact, it might not do that because of interference, so we'll get it to fire at the ship over there. Don't score a hit. With the Aquilon, Let's throw at the Puglia, hopefully. Given the point blank range, it should be able to hit it this time. Trinidad's in trouble as well. Again, with this, I'm not that fussed really about losing the cruisers. Obviously, it will hurt us in victory points, but we should still be on top of them in victory points with this. It's more keeping our battleships safe. And the cruisers are just the original AI design anyway, so they're not particularly good. Okay, can you hit them at under a kilometer? No. So this battleship has hit no one so far the entire battle, and is going to start taking torpedoes. Which is worrying, although they are now turning away. Maybe they decided they'd got too close. Okay. What did we just hit them with? Just a 3-inch, but we hit a torpedo. And another one. Or is that done by fire? No, got him with a 4-inch there. Hit another torpedo, that's good shooting. Are you paying attention, Aquilon? No torpedoes range. Okay, can we finish this one off? You got a hit, just a partial pen, but it's got some serious flooding and fires going on, so we may be able to finish them off. And I'm just going to adjust course again. The way they are, yes, they're in smoke, but the way they're bunching up here, we might be able to hit, overhit and hit them if we miss one. In fact, they're going to collide in the smoke. It's kind of annoying. Well, when it goes your way, it's kind of annoying that if you hit an enemy ship, whoa, ammo detonation. Just from a 3-inch, went through their main belt. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that if the enemy ships hit each other, they just don't cause any damage. Obviously, if we hit them, we get ram damage, but it's kind of annoying when you kind of cause them to go into chaos and then nothing happens. Okay, so range is opening them up. Just going to keep circling if we can, just to keep our broadsides onto them. The Chow Mario might go down. I think the Zafiro is going to go down, which is actually an armoured cruiser. Finally hit the Puglia. What have we hit that with? We've hit that with 3 4-inch and a couple of 3-inches. And the Aquilon hit something, my god. Some 3-inch hits. It finally comes good. The armoured cruisers here, Trinidad, Marco Polo slugging it out. Madrid messing with their main guns. Okay, the ranges has opened up a bit, so let's speed this up now. Finally hit the Bari. most of these cruisers now. There's a couple on the verge of sinking. Zafiro and the Chow Mario. There goes the Bari. And we're hitting them quite well now. Our targeting is a little bit messed up. Let's go for the undamaged from there. San Julian can target Puglia. Another one gone. Looks like the Trinidad has taken some serious damage there. What happened to you? We have... Okay, we've taken a 7.3 inch hit there. I'm actually going to see if the Aqualung can target the Marco Polo, because we're struggling a bit now with the Trinidad. I think the only way we're going to win this fight here is with maybe a torpedo. We're recovering the flooding, but if we take another couple of shots, we might struggle with that. If we can just take out a few more, I'm actually going to turn my battle line back towards the west, just to try and lend some assistance here. I would like to keep one of my armor cruisers alive. I know I said I didn't mind losing them, which I don't, but just victory point wise. In fact, I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to turn my battle line back to the west. We are hitting them with the marker, the Trinidad. It is hitting the Marco Polo, it's just not doing the damage. Another 12 inch hit going in there. Another one sinking. The Madrid has taken quite a lot of damage there. Let's just see what's going on with her. Not most of it's superficial, but we have taken 26 4-inch shells, which looks like they've caused quite a few fires, and some major buckling there of... Is that a casement destroyed? In fact, something major's happened there, but the compartment apparently is only minor damage, or moderate damage. Can't see that we've had any penetrations. Had partial pens, but the entire foredeck is missing. That's interesting. I didn't see that happen. And the other ship's few scratches. Aquilon is totally unharmed. Minor marks here. Mostly unharmed and mostly harmless. Let's speed up again. Puglia is still sailing. We can just get a few more 12-inch shots in. They won't last that long. Trinidad is still coping. Alright, let's just adjust some of our targeting here. You're okay. You can go for that one. Big hit there. Another 12-inch takes out the Puglia finally. Just swing our line back around again. I think they're pretty much following us anyway, but let's head off in that direction, try and follow the Trinidad, who's finally causing a bit of damage on the Marco Polo now. Some of their armoured cruisers that we damaged earlier on catching up. You go for the Valoroso, please. This cruiser's gonna get in torpedo range here. Let's target that with everything we can. And a miss. Point blank miss from the Aquilon, of course. And we've actually got a torpedo away before they have. Not that we haven't spotted any anyway. And it looks like that's gonna hit. Ah, it's a dud. They've got a torpedo. Let's turn avoidance on. They've got two away. I think they're going to hit with both. Please be duds. One's a dud. Oh, we got a flash fire on them. Both duds. That one's lucky. There's a flash fire here. Firing their turrets off. So that, I think that should be done for. Yeah, it's sinking. Okay. Massive flash fires. Okay, so that was a bit stupid. Let them get a bit close and get some torpedoes away. Let's just speed back up now. Valoroso's almost a goner. Yep, that's a goner. I'm actually gonna... Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna turn my armoured cruiser around, but they are actually... Looks like they might be running in the Marco Polo, so I'm gonna get the armoured cruisers to come back and join up with the battleships. Try and turn on broadside with the Madrid. Let's speed up again. Is the Madrid gonna fire? And we're firing out of both sides now, but we need to take out the Marco Polo. Big miss there. Getting some hits in now though. Thank you, Aquilon. Couple of penetrations. They are in torpedo range, but we've got our torpedo away first. And the torpedo guards smile on us again. We have been very lucky with our torpedoes here. In fact, even the Aquilon got one away. And my god, it's going to hit something. Will it be a dud? It'll be a dud. It's a dud, of course it is. Oh dear. So you can come back and screen the Madrid. Speed back up. Marco Polo's going to go down. So just 2 left, both of which... Okay, one of those left. And then their only mostly undamaged ship is the Ecole. But we can change that. So if it stays like this, we would have sank. As far as I remember their entire fleet, I think there might have been one that we heavily damaged earlier, which might have limped away. I can't remember if that was the Zephyra actually, or not. But if not, we sent the whole fleet, and we would have lost 2 light cruisers and an armored cruiser. Which is good enough for me. Speed up a bit more. Come on. Got a pen there. Okay, so the Quillon has... Okay, it's picked up its hit rate, not with the main guns, but it scored quite a lot of 3-inch shell hits. It did get that torpedo hit. And it is responsible for an ammunition detonation as well, so we'll let it off. Okay, they haven't got much to fire back on. Or with, rather. Let's just keep the Trinidad out of trouble though, if we can. So our long range gunnery is still not particularly good, but let's just get the Trinidad completely out of here. Oh, flooding. Oh no, let's reduce speed. Try and help with the flooding. Okay. Maybe he should have run away. He's gonna go down. Okay, so just the battleships left. Still happy with the outcome. Probably could have shepherded the cruisers slightly better through that, but they did their job. Battleships are mostly unharmed, so they kept the torpedoes away from the battleships. Well, apart from our lucky duds. Okay, we're on max speed, so hopefully we can finish them off. We do seem to have now got to the point where we're unable to hit anything again. Possibly the sun behind them. And they blocked one of our 12 inches. Let's slow our battleships right down, just to help with the gunnery. Got a pen there, that might go down now. Yeah, it's going to flood. Also got a good hit on the Ecole. I think that's it. I think we finally got them. Happy with the battleships really compared to the other class. I think having those 12-inch just is a massive upgrade. The 10-inch ones we have are more like cannons though. Terrible range. Terrible everything really. The one bad thing about these, well, I mean, there's lots bad about them, but the main bad thing about these for the moment is just the very poor firing arcs on our secondary batteries, particularly those 4 6-inch guns. They can only fire forward. should be it. There we go. Okay, so victory point wise, 36,000 versus 7,500. So we've lost all our cruisers, so we'll build some more cruisers now. Maybe design a new armoured cruiser. In fact, we'll probably design now a new armoured cruiser. Now we've got our engine upgrades, new armoured cruiser and a new light protected cruiser. And build a bunch of those. And in the meantime, we will use our order battleships just to institute a blockade while these ones are repairing. Probably won't take that long to repair. So the Italians are asking us for peace. We are going to reject it just for now. Because did we get them all in the end? We did, didn't we? Yeah. Because we have got these other 2 battles here, and I just want to rack up the victory points. I'm not sure how many we will need for Sardinia. Let's just have a look at their fleet. They've only got 3 cruisers left. So what I would like to do is get a hold of Sardinia if we can. So the other battles, we've got a convoy battle, which we might actually struggle to win. And there's another armoured cruiser battle. But we'll leave it there for this episode. So I know it's taken most of the episode, but that was the big showdown of this war, basically. So we can hopefully conclude the war in the next episode, and we'll design our new cruisers and start getting those out. Thank you for watching.